everyone, welcome to Made-in-China.com's live room. This is Evan and I am your host. In addition to me, we are very honored to invite Ben as today's guest, who used to serve as the big purchaser in a leading European company. So today we are going to together with Ben to talk about some buyers' concerns when doing international sourcing. So Ben, introduce yourself.
Hi, is it clear now, Evan? Can you hear me? Yes?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, very good. It's my honor to be invited to this talk regarding the trade show and some bias concerned what need to be done and what need to be clear about this exhibition. So yeah, it's my pleasure.
Okay, so Ben, as an international purchaser, you must have a lot of orders in hand. Canton Fair, as the most biggest and most prestigious trade fair in Asia, you must have attended, right?
So, I used to have some, yes, I used to have some big orders, but not anymore now. I'm not a purchaser anymore today, but with my long experience working for the European and American company as their sourcing representative in China, yeah, that was my one of my sourcing channels to look for suppliers and gather some market intelligence in terms of the seller market from the exhibition. I tours a lot of exhibitions, including Canton fairs and including some others. Yes.
Okay, so did you know that this year's Canton Fair will be conducted in a new and special way, and it will be held totally online?
Yeah, I heard about this. It's quite interesting. I think it's a very innovative idea to especially in this difficult moments that people is not able to mobilize to different countries, and I think the Canton Fair do a great job to do something different and being innovative. So yeah, this time I would personally take part as a buyer. Actually, it's more like an observer than a buyer. Yeah, so I'm looking forward.
Right. Okay, now this time we Made-in-China.com as the 127th Canton Fair's official cooperative partner, and we'll also hold the Smart Canton Fair online simultaneously. So how do you see this?
Oh yeah, that's pretty interesting. I just learned it not too long ago when I was asked by asked by MIC Made-in-China.com to talk about my opinions to this. I think it's pretty interesting. Obviously, MIC is a country with reputations, and Canton Fair is a very renowned brand name for the China exhibition. So I guess two of them work together. Should have some synergies on this. But I have a question here is, I think there's a question not from me, but I think most people will be concerned when they know that MIC also is part of the, kind of work together with Canton Fair. So as they're doing a fair themselves and MIC is also doing a fair, tell me about this. What is the difference between you two? And which one should I go to?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's really an interesting question. And actually, here I want to explain that Made-in-China.com officially being authorized as partner equals holding the Canton Fair. And our website does have various advantages in holding online expo. And firstly, we have advanced internet technology. And for example, you can check suppliers' factory condition with VR technology, or you can visit supplier, browse their products in amazing 3D way. Just like you are attending the expo on the site. And for now, we have successfully held 6 smart expos online covering different industries. And, in order to better help buyers communicate with suppliers, we especially set the online meeting room. So Ben, here I have a question for you. Do you have some suggestions or tips to share with everybody when you doing the online meeting with a supplier?
Oh yeah, obviously yes. I think it's no matter it's online and offline, online or offline, it's always a challenge to try to get as much as information you can with a supplier, with a brand new supplier, somebody you don't know before, to get from them the necessary information you need. I mean, this is I would say this is quality, professional quality of being a sourcing manager, what they need to do. My tips, if to say so, is that number one, I would say you go to a new supplier, you ask them what they do. Just go as direct as you could. Just ask them, what is your business? What do you do? No matter how obvious they are, if they are in the showroom, they're showing you they have different tools and different products, and you immediately have a feeling that, okay, this guy is doing tools products. But no, you shouldn't assume anything. That's my opinion. If you have little times on this, you just ask them directly. So what do? They will tell you much more than you could expect. Okay, so I think this is the number one questions. Number two, I would say you will ask them what is your difference between you and your competitor. That is again is a quite open question. Then I'm quite sure that not every supplier know how to answer this. Some of them will just tell you they're cheaper. Some of them, but you know, in certain time you will meet good supplier that will be able to tell you what really make them different in terms of competitiveness. And this is exactly the answers you want to have from experienced buyer, no, from an experienced supplier on this part. So you ask question, ask them how are you different from their competitor. So that they will give you a lot of information on this.
Okay. So regarding this question, I think
I think I missed the last one. The last one, I only have two questions yet, and I am still have the last one to share. This last one is probably not because I write this article before, and I think if people interested know about it, they can visit my blog or my channels. But then the last thing I would agree is that do not ask your supplier whether they are a trader or not. This is quite a amateur questions that you don't look like professional. But I will go back to this point later. Okay.
Okay, that's back to the question you mentioned that what is the difference between Made-in-China.com with the competitor? But here I can tell you that we can help you source more efficiently and more effectively. And also,
this is obviously important. I don't have, I mean, a buyer do not have a lot of time to research everything. So if I have very limit of time, then tell me about this. Which is the highlight of your show that I should go to?
Okay, so actually, Ben, what you proposed must be the concern for many buyers, I think.
Yes.
And yes, you know, our small expo has already divided the exhibits into different categories, and also we prepared the expo maps and navigation, so the buyers can conveniently search the products or suppliers by themselves. And in addition, as long as the buyer left their sourcing requirement, we will do the intelligent matching with the suitable suppliers for them. So in this way, it can save a lot of time, money, and energy. But actually, Ben, you know, the most exhausting is the negotiation section, right? So according to your rich for experience, could you tell us how to deal with suppliers who always ask for target buying price?
Target price, yeah. This is like the top question they would like to ask you. They never ask me about my business, who I'm selling to, how do I sell my business, and like my business model. But instead, they only interested to know. I would say 90% of the supplier would come and ask, okay, so what is your target price? To answer this question, I think first of all, the buyer should have a definition by themselves that where they want to share the target price with them. I'm sure you have a target price. I mean, every buyer should have a target price already. Yeah, if you have a real project on hand, you are not shopping around. You are not trying to guess who have the best price and then you just select the best price. That doesn't professional. I mean, in terms of what we do, we normally have a project charter, and then after the project charter, we have the P&L. I mean, the profit and loss account, and then we have everything else. And from buyer point of view, you work together with your product managers, and then you get the target price. So I know that exactly a buyer should have a target price. But whether or not giving this, sharing this target price to everyone is another question. So I think from my point of view, I don't normally share unless that I am in real rush. I mean, if I have a project that I have to finish within 1 or 2 weeks, that I have no time to shopping around, then I definitely have to give a target price to the most relevant supplier, shortlisted supplier, and by this way I can save a lot of time. So I think number one question is that you need to think about whether you want to share the target price. Then okay, if you are not going to share and the supplier insists to ask for this, think about this. Then you can play the tricky parts of it. You can give a very unrealistic target price to them just to test them the bottom line. That is a very common way people do this when they face when they're not serious with the suppliers, and when they want to be to test the bottom line of the supplier. That is I wouldn't say this is a very good solution, but some people do it in this, and probably if with some luck, you may be able to get some surprise as well. The other ways is that I would just turn them down. I would tell them there is no target price, or there is the target price, but I'm not ready to share. So I think this is a more proper way to turn down. I mean, for me, it's always good to just be direct and tell them my limitations here. So if I'm showing, if I have to show more interest to them, I think they need to work harder to show me they are suitable shortlist supplier for me. Okay.
Okay. So thanks for sharing. And so.
Oh yeah, yeah, right. I'm sorry. I think I forget one pretty important things when I before I talk about you. Shall we talk about a real supplier? Are you a real supplier or just a middleman?
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I'll make it short. I know. I'm sorry. This is a part that I also want to share. It's very amateur. It's very amateur for buyers to ask this question, because number one, you will never get a real answer. Middleman takes so many forms that you don't expect people just tell me, no, we are just a trader, we are not a manufacturer. You don't really expect this to be an answer. Okay, so you have no way really to justify them. They can be working as a representative of a factory, then they get a name card from the factory. Then how can you justify? They still get the middleman money, right? So number one, my point is that you're never able to really justify their middleman or real manufacturer. But then number two is that, is it really so bad to work with a middleman? Thus, I have a question marks here. Sometimes I would think that the middleman could be very variable to the whole things, the whole situation. Again, I write articles on my blog, and if people is interested to find out more, then they can go to click below. But I mean, for my point of view and my own previous experience, middleman is not evil. Middleman could be very valuable to the situation. Yes.
okay. So, but still, with Made-in-China.com has some effective ways for the buyers to do the verification.
That would be even better. Yes.
Yeah, just what we mentioned before, the Smart Expo, we particularly set a meeting room where buyers can have face-to-face meeting with the supplier. So this way can help them quickly judge the authenticity of suppliers, and also yeah, and also on our Smart Expo, all the exhibitors are the premium members from our website, and which means they are all verified on the site by the third-party authorities, SGS and BV. And moreover, the buyers can directly enter the supplier's showroom and freely read the audit report to deeply check supplier's operation situation. So
that's really helpful.
I think all these ways can help our global buyers to make the judgment. Okay, so Ben, Barry, thank you for your attending our live room, today.
You're welcome.
And you are so generous, share a lot of valuable experience from the perspective of buyers, and I think all of these can be very helpful guidance and suggestions for global buyers to attend the online expo. And well, the online simultaneous event of 127th Canton Fair on Made-in-China.com will be open from June 15th to 24th, and you can directly get the free ticket on our website, whether you are the buyer, the business organization, or the media. Yeah, all welcome to attend.
Can I get a free ticket? Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, that's right. And if you have any questions, suggestions, or cooperative intentions, please feel free to contact us. And see you next time. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.